All right, y'all, we back with another reaction right here on ABP Reactions, and right now we finna see what happened when a killer roommate gets caught on camera. Let's go.
Giselle, right? Okay. So I'm Detective Noel, okay? I have a couple of detectives here with me from Orlando. Okay.
How are you?
Good. So I have a search warrant to take your DNA.
This is the moment police finally confront Giselle Victoria Gonzalez. 2 years after her roommate vanished without a trace, she looks calm and cooperative. What she doesn't realize is the investigators already know the truth. Because back in 2022, while she was telling police her roommate had simply disappeared, CCTV cameras were quietly recording everything. Every stop, every purchase, every lie. At the time, there was no body, no crime scene, and no arrest. So she walked free, moved on with her life, believing she had gotten away with murder. But now, sitting across from detectives, the story she's been repeating for years is about to collapse.
Giselle, I want to talk to you.
Doesn't make a lot of sense, does it?
No tiene sentido, ¿verdad?
No.
You almost seem like you're hiding something.
What happened to your hands?
We don't know much about either of the women involved in this tragic case, but we do know that Rooney Medina Pacheco and Giselle Victoria Gonzalez were both born in the Dominican Republic. In late 2022, Giselle lived in the Cadence Crossing apartment complex on Curry Ford Road in Orlando, Florida. Earlier that day, Rooney, or Rooney as she was known, traveled to the United States for a long-term visit. It's unclear if they were friends or just acquaintances from back home. Whatever the case, Rooney moved in with Giselle. They didn't spend much time in the apartment because they both worked, but the living situation was apparently tense and contentious.
Work doing what? What was you doing coming from the DR in Miami working and you wasn't at home? What was you doing?
Rooney showed up to work her shift on December 24th, 2022, like she always did. According to her boss, she was a rock-solid employee who rarely missed a day. She was scheduled to work on Christmas Day as well, but she never showed up for that shift or for her other scheduled shifts that week. This was a red flag because she was such a diligent employee. Rooney also kept in touch with her family back in the Dominican Republic on a daily basis. Staying in contact was even more important that December because she was going to be with them over the holidays. Rooney's mother called around 9 p.m. on December the 25th to wish her a Merry Christmas.
What the hell mama got going on, man?
But to her surprise, another woman answered the phone. Whoever it was told her that Rooney wasn't there in a gruff and altogether unpleasant voice, and the rude woman hung up abruptly before she could ask where her daughter was. We'll never know exactly what transpired between the two women in the apartment they shared earlier that day, but on December 27th, 39-year-old Giselle Victoria Gonzalez contacted the Orlando police to report that she had not seen her 42-year-old roommate Rooney for 2 days. Shortly thereafter, officers went to the apartment to see if Giselle could shed any light on the disappearance.
Uh-oh. What is going on?
The officers didn't stay long, but Giselle told them that she heard Rooney talking to someone on the phone Christmas morning, but that she was gone later when she knocked on her door to check on her. Surprisingly, she admitted that she had gotten into a serious argument the week before when Rooney accused her of stealing $3,000 from her bedroom.
Oh, well, goddamn, there goes motive. There goes motive right there. $3,000? That's a lot of fucking money to steal.
Investigators contacted Rooney's family in the Dominican Republic to see if they could talk to her, if they knew where she was, or had any idea what might have happened to her. But they were just as baffled as the investigators, and they were all worried sick because it wasn't like her to fall off the radar, especially during the holiday season. Rooney's husband said that he knew something was wrong when she failed to show up for a video chat they had scheduled for 11:45 on Christmas morning. Another relative said Rooney was upset the last time that she had talked to them.
Hey, yo, what's up with Pops, man? Pops, what you on, bro? What you on, homie?
Because she knew Giselle had stolen the missing $3,000 from her bedroom. With a suspicious missing person on their hands, investigators from the Orlando Police Department returned to the apartment the following week. And this time, they couldn't help but notice that the story had changed. They had no idea where Rooney was, but customs and immigration records showed that she hadn't used her passport to leave the country. Next, investigators used GPS data from her cell phone to track her movements. Interestingly, they got an exact match when they compared the data from Rooney's phone with the data from Izel's phone on
Oh my God. These goddamn cell phones, boy, they be getting everybody.
Christmas Day. And that was just the tip of the iceberg, because investigators eventually made a number of equally suspicious discoveries. First, they found a security camera footage which showed Izel buying a chainsaw at a home improvement store just...
Bro. A chainsaw? She done cut this woman's body up? Who the fuck just thinks to do that? Let me go get a chainsaw and cut this motherfucker up. And where you gonna put the body parts at? Like, who just thinks to do shit like this?
up the road from their apartment, the one that she shared with Rooney. And later that evening, a camera at Walmart a few blocks away captured her buying heavy-duty trash bags, rubber gloves, and dish soap.
Oh my
The purchases
God.
did not prove that Izel had anything to do with Rooney's disappearance, but along with the discrepancies in her story, there was more than enough to cast serious doubt about her version of events. Detective Patrick Kavanaugh made an unannounced visit to Giselle's workplace on Monday, January the 8th of 2023, less than 2 weeks after she called the police to report Rooney missing.
Have you heard anything? No.
I think you're coming with good news.
No, I was hoping so too. So, what time do you get done with work today?
Huh?
What time do you get done today?
¿A qué hora sale el trabajo hoy?
Ya casi.
¿Ya cómo que hora?
Ya voy a salir casi ya. Ya a las 5, 10 minutos.
Oh, okay. She's like 10 minutes.
We'll wait for your time.
Okay.
Yeah, is that okay? Okay, all right. Cool. This is my partner, Alvin.
Hola, Detective González, ¿cómo estás?
Giselle.
Elvin.
So we get some new stuff. So I was wondering, would you come back to the station?
Tenemos información nueva en el caso, o sea, quieren saber si te puede venir para atrás, para la estación de
¿Para la
nosotros.
estación? Sí.
Sí, hablar con nosotros.
¿A qué hora? What time?
No. Ahora sí puede.
No.
Si tiene tiempo.
After a brief conversation in the parking lot, she accompanied him to the police station. Almost immediately, Detective Kavanaugh confronted her with the damning GPS data and asked her about the security camera footage at the 2 stores she visited on Christmas Day.
Is that okay? All right. So we just want to go over some new things that have come out, and we're trying to figure this out. We're trying to find her still, you know. Maybe you can help us out with some of the stuff that we found. So
That's gonna be a hard one to explain. The day that the girl go missing, she had a call scheduled with her husband at 11 that morning. This is a fucking holiday. It's Christmas Day. She got a call scheduled at 11 that morning. She goes missing. While she's missing, her phone is going everywhere your phone goes. And you on Christmas Day, you're going, who the hell is waking up to buy gloves, soap, a chainsaw, and trash bags on Christmas Day? Who the fuck is doing that? Who's buying all those things on Christmas Day? A chainsaw, bags, gloves, and soap. Put it all together. Who do y'all think killed? If I was to be a detective, who's most likely to kill this woman if she's gone? The person that she argued took $3,000 from her. And then you look into what happened on the day she was missing and you find out all those things was purchased by that person. I don't know, man. It's kind of an open and shut case.
okay. So we looked at Rooney's phone locations, right?
Chequeamos todas las locaciones del teléfono de ella.
And if I had to, it looks almost like, well, let me put it this way. On the 26th, the phone shows at a place, okay, at about 6 o'clock in the morning, all right? And it's a store, and so we went to that store and we have some video from there. What do you think we saw in that video?
¿Entendiste lo que él dijo?
Que fueron al store, a una tienda.
Salí.
Que yo fui. O que ella fue.
She said, I don't know, that she was there, or that Rooney was there, or they were there.
Well, I mean,
Because actually I said, what do you think the video is going to show? And that's what she just said. She
Okay.
said, I don't know, I was there, or Rooney was there, or we were both
well,
there.
is it both? Were you with Rooney there?
I don't know. Dígame usted.
¿Estaba con Rooney ese día o no?
No.
No.
No estaba con ella.
I can't wait till you ask about the chainsaw. And where is the chainsaw now? Why was you buying the chainsaw, and where is that now?
No.
But would it show you there?
¿Ah?
¿Tú crees que el video va a enseñar que tú estabas ahí?
Posiblemente. Sí, yo fui a una tienda en la mañana.
Okay. She said she did go to a store in the morning. ¿A qué hora fuiste?
Faced with nearly undisputable evidence, Ezell admitted to buying what she referred to as a motorized machine to cut trees. In other words, a chainsaw.
To cut trees.
She admitted going to Walmart too, but she claimed she didn't actually buy anything there.
Did she go to Walmart on the 26th?
Fuiste a Walmart el día 26.
Sí.
For what?
Hold on, man. Y'all just gonna let her get that off? Cut trees? What trees you cutting, and for what? What you cutting trees to do what? How many people do you know right now that owns a chainsaw that be cutting trees? That is not some. Well, if you're in the South, for sure. Like, and who's in Miami cutting trees?
Okay.
¿A qué hora? Sí, antes de entrar a trabajar creo que sí fui a Walmart.
She said
Pero
she thinks she went before she went to
tampoco.
work on that Monday.
For what? What did she buy?
¿Y qué compraste en Walmart?
No llegué a comprar nada, creo.
She's
She didn't
cat.
think she bought anything.
She didn't buy. So why did you go? What did you go for?
¿Qué iba a comprar? Okay. She said she went to Walmart trying to get the same thing she bought at Lowe's, the machine.
¿Cuál es más
bought at
barato?
She bought it
Man,
at Lowe's. Why would she go to Walmart to try and buy the thing she just bought at Lowe's?
Lowe's. She didn't remember if she went to Walmart first or Lowe's first.
Okay. So she's saying she didn't buy. Did you buy
She said
it?
she didn't buy anything at Walmart.
Okay.
After showing her the footage that proved otherwise, Detective Kavanaugh circled back to Rooney's cell phone.
But you did buy something. See?
Ah, sí.
Do you remember now?
No, ahora sí me recuerdo.
Do you remember?
Ahora
Help you.
sí,
Yeah,
pero
yeah.
es
Tell
que
me.
hace mucho.
That's okay. What'd you buy?
¿Qué compraste?
No sé, seguro
¿No te
algo de ahí del trabajo, no sé, plátano, qué sé
Sí,
yo.
nah, man. Listen, man. Let's get him up out of here, bro. Listen, you can't even cook this shit right. You can't even interrogate her right, bro, because you got to translate to the translator, and he got to message it to her, and then she respond, and you don't know what she's saying back. There's no way that you're going to be able to cook her how you want to. Nah, man. You know what I mean? Go get Rigo. Go get Rigo. Bring him on in here. Get up out of here, man. You got to get your ass up out of here.
Well, she said maybe
Ese 2 meses y algo.
Okay.
Get your ass up out of here, man. White boy.
Let me ask you this question, okay? Because obviously now something's a little off, right? I want to go back to this phone thing because I think we're missing something. You would agree, right? If Rooney's phone is in one place and here you are, and she's not there, what does that mean?
I don't know.
¿Entiendes lo que
What do
dice?
you think it means?
¿Ella tiene llave para su carro?
No.
Okay. So she's saying maybe she left it in her car because she always leaves her car unlocked. So I asked her, does Rooney have keys to her car? She said, no,
Always
she
mi
always
carro
leaves
está
it
unlocked.
unlocked. I said, but to drive it, do you need keys? She said, yeah. But Rooney doesn't have a key to drive it.
So let's be real. You had her phone that night. Somebody answered it at the house. That's how somebody answered it. Was it you or who was it that answered the phone? Somebody did.
I don't know.
We know that though. You know what I'm saying? Listen, it's okay. Who was it? We just need to know who answered.
I don't know.
You had the phone the whole night. Right?
In my
Good.
What?
It was in your purse. Okay.
Why do you got her phone in your purse?
It wind up in your purse.
chip.
Oh my God, you stupid. She put her phone in my purse. Hey, listen, man. Nah. This woman right here wasn't ready. How the hell did she get away for 2 years? How the hell did she get away for 2 years?
En la cartera.
She put it in there?
Next, he asked Ezell about the missing $3,000 and how Rooney's phone ended up in her possession.
She comes over here to talk to you. Rooney comes over to talk to you about this money, right? And she's upset about this money. She comes to your house to talk about the money.
Mm-hmm.
And she doesn't talk about the money with you. She just leaves.
We don't talk.
Right. So the whole point of her coming over there is to talk
We don't talk about Bruno.
about the money, but that didn't happen.
We
Right.
don't talk.
And then Then you thought but see, you told me the phone might be in the car, but the whole time you knew it was in your purse.
In the purse.
Right. So you didn't, you don't understand what I'm saying? Like, so now you're saying she put it in there? That just doesn't make any sense. She put it in what else did she put it in your purse and then she left? Does that make a lot of sense to you?
It makes
That
no
doesn't make any
sense.
sense. No.
Okay, so she's saying when she woke up on the 25th, Rooney wasn't there, but the phone was, and it was on the table. And so she physically put it in her purse.
Why would Rooney think that you took her money?
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
She ran a cold
¿Quién
play.
la va a abrir?
See? She said she doesn't believe that there was any money. She said if we listen to the conversation she had with her on Saturday, they weren't arguing, they were talking calmly to each other. Rooney was telling her that she was depressed, hadn't eaten in 2 days.
Oh, no. Come on, y'all. They're arguing, but she's also telling her while we're arguing that I'm depressed and I haven't eaten in 2 days. Nobody's doing that that's mad at you. Nobody's letting you in on their personal business while they're, bitch, where my money at? Fuck you mean? I'm not gonna walk up to you like, bitch, where my money at? Because I'm tired. I'm sick. I've been depressed. I've been sick for 2 days. They don't work like that, bitch. Only thing I want to know is where my money at and go find it. Now, you probably went upside her head with something, or you probably stabbed her to death, whatever the case, and then you wanted to get rid of the body, so you bought a chainsaw. Now, where is the chainsaw? That should be the next question. Where's that chainsaw you purchased?
She said that the box was already sealed, and the company sealed it when they got there too. She's like, there's...
Detective Kavanaugh eventually left the interrogation room, and moments later he was replaced by a female detective who immediately asked Ezell what she did with the money she stole from Rooney.
So what happened with that money? Did you spend it on electric bill? Is there any way to recover any of that money? And if not, it's okay, but I just need to know so we know you're telling the truth about it. Does that make sense?
Entendí la mayor parte.
¿Entiendes?
So talk
Porque
to
eso
me.
es insignificante. Vuelta o lo que
Sí.
pasó. ¿Ah?
Pretendía pagar de vuelta.
What?
Pretendía pagar de vuelta. She did pretend to pay it back.
At one point, the translator told the detective that Rooney said she did pretend to pay it back, but she may have misspoken. Instead, he may have meant to say that she intended to pay it back.
See what I'm saying, bro? It's no way that you can interrogate this woman. Y'all don't talk the same language. Like, this translator can fuck shit up in translation. And that's why I'm like, it's impossible. They don't got nobody that speaks Spanish that can come in there and cook her. Because she's easy. Like, look at this. She obviously don't have her story together. But the way she's cutting on and cutting off when to speak English, when to speak Spanish, based on what they ask her. Because she like, she plays dumb if it's something that's crazy. But if it's a simple question, yeah, she gonna talk in English.
If so, she must have confessed to taking the money in a portion of the interrogation which was redacted.
All right, so talk to me. What happened? Tell me about the day, so that way I could clear it up for you, and then we could go forward from here.
Tenía que pagar renta.
I had to pay rent.
And that's understandable. I get it. It's a lot.
Ella entiende completamente.
Didn't they just raise the rates in Orlando? Like, it's crazy right now. What happened to your hands?
Me quemé
She burned it.
When?
Cuando?
en el trabajo.
Whatever the case, Ezell admitted to taking Rooney's phone as well. However, she told the detective that she threw it in a dumpster because she kept getting threatening calls from Rooney's daughter. But shortly thereafter, she came clean and admitted that she didn't dispose of the phone after all. In fact, she had sent it to the Dominican Republic along with other items in a care package.
What was the conversation? Walk me
Ya yo
through.
le
You
dije
wake
ya.
up.
She told me.
Because you're being honest now, right?
Ya yo
Are
te
we-
dije, yo no voy a repetir lo mismo.
She's not gonna repeat it.
Okay, so tell me what happened. So you can understand, right?
Sí.
Rooney was apparently approached her at the door. She would not open her bedroom door. And
You
Rooney,
wouldn't open the door, right?
Right. And
Okay, what
Rooney-
time was this?
around 11 o'clock.
Okay.
And Rooney kept questioning her about her money and the fact that she wanted her money, and she told her she would get her the money, but
Okay.
that she didn't want to talk about it.
Okay.
And then after that, according to her, sometime after that, Rooney just left the house. That's why she was saying upset.
Okay. On the flip side, Rooney's over
Oh,
here.
ella trató de
Let
esa
me
puerta porque de
in.
verdad
I
la
want to
puerta-
talk to
la
you
puerta
about
se
this
rompe
money.
La puerta-
Right?
Esa puerta con un poquito de fuerza se abre.
She has her phone on her. She's not just gonna leave, put her phone down, walk out.
Okay, me pregunta ella, me va a poner una
I'm gonna
máquina.
let this goddamn officer control her goddamn self, man. Just have a goddamn seat. You're doing too much. Bring back in the white boy, man.
O ella va a estar.
If you're
No
gonna put her
entiendo.
in the machine, or what you're gonna keep doing?
I'm just, this doesn't make sense to
Hazme la
me.
pregunta ya.
I don't have to
Ella
put you on a
sabe- ella
machine
sabe
to
más
tell you
que
that
yo.
this
Que
isn't
me
the
haga la
honest
pregunta, me tengo que
truth.
hacer ya, porque.
Get her out of here, man. Get her out of here. She's starting to show her female side. Get the fuck up out of here. You ain't finna sit here and fucking debate. Bring the white boy back in and figure this shit out.
Repetí lo mismo, ella viene y repite lo
Giselle.
mismo, repite lo mismo, repite lo mismo.
I could repeat it. We're having you repeat this over and over again because you haven't been truthful from us from the very get-go.
Eso me estresa que me estén repitiendo la misma
It's
cosa.
stressful because you've been lying.
Desde el principio.
By then,
why are you
investigators
yelling?
had systematically dismantled most of Izel's unbelievable story. Even so, they still didn't have enough to arrest her or charge her with any crime. But as the investigation continued, the circumstantial evidence against Izel continued piling up. After Izel was released, investigators discovered that she made a number of odd internet searches before she reported Rooney missing. She searched these phrases on December 25, 2022, between 9 a.m. and 11:30 p.m. Which side of the body is the aorta on? Home Depot and Walmart. Hours for Home Depot. Prices for an electric saw. And the next day, she did this suspicious internet search at 1:40 p.m. What do they do with trash in Orlando?
Oh, man. God damn. Why do people commit these crimes and then use their own phones and their own internet to search these type of things after they do the crimes? Swear to God, man, this is crazy.
Officers, investigators, and forensic technicians executed a search warrant on Izel's apartment on Wednesday, February the 15th of 2023.
Si hay una orden.
Orlando Police, anyone in the apartment? Orlando Police, anyone in the apartment? Orlando Police, is anyone in the apartment?
¿Qué es lo que pasa? Yo no entiendo.
And what they found was far worse than the internet searches, the chainsaw purchase,
they
and
found
Izel's
blood?
constantly changing story.
What they found?
Chemical reaction tests proved that someone had recently cleaned copious amounts of blood from the walls, doors, baseboards, and ceiling in the living room.
All right, man. It's just like, come on, man. It's only obvious. Dead giveaway. The day she goes missing, her roommate goes buys a chainsaw, gloves, and goddamn trash bags. What are we doing here? It's nothing else to talk about. Where the fuck is the chainsaw? Hey, you bought this chainsaw on Christmas. Why? To cut trees. What trees? Where you go cut trees at? Where they at? What do you do with trees? You sell them? Where you sell them to? Who you sell them to? Man, fuck all that. Where that chainsaw at? That's it. Where we talking about? The chainsaw is going to answer what you need to know. Where's the chainsaw? She got rid of it. Why? You woke up on Christmas morning to buy it, so it had to be important.
Much of the blood had pooled on the floor, but forensic technicians also found telltale cast-off patterns which typically result from attacks in which the aggressors repeatedly strike their victims with weapons like hammers, bats, and knives. DNA test ultimately proved that the blood was from Rooney. Something unbelievably horrific took place in that apartment that day. Nonetheless, authorities still did not have enough to make an arrest because, without a body, they could not prove that Rooney was dead or that Izel had anything to do with her disappearance. Izel finally got on with her life and eventually moved out of state, but back in Florida, local, state, and federal investigators were collecting additional evidence and putting together a relatively airtight case. Even so, the wheels of justice turn agonizingly slowly at times. As the years passed, Rooney's heartbroken family grudgingly admitted that her body may never be found and that nobody would be prosecuted for her death and that they would never get any closure. That said, everything changed on November 6, 2024, when officers stopped 42-year-old Isel Victoria Gonzalez in Hartford, Connecticut, nearly 1,200 miles or 1,930 kilometers north of Orlando, where her roommate, Runa lady Rooney Medina Pacheco, disappeared under mysterious circumstances on Christmas Day 2 years earlier.
Hi, ma'am. Is it Giselle, right? Okay. So I'm Detective Newell. Okay. I have a couple of detectives here with me from Orlando. So I have a search warrant to take your DNA.
Okay.
Okay, but we have to do it at the police department.
Okay, I have to go now?
Yes.
Hey. Yes. We have to go now?
Yes, we have to go now, yes. Hila.
I go with you.
You can drive us, but you got to follow us and stay with us, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull in front of you. Detective Thomas is going to stay behind you, and we'll all go together, okay? But just do me a favor, make sure you follow.
I don't know why this is funny, but it's funny.
Follow us, okay? Okay, all right. And when we get to the police department, we're going to explain everything to you, okay? All right, do you want to...
Back at the police station, investigators took a DNA sample and began grilling Isel about the disappearance.
You told a couple people you had a fight, right? We talked to some neighbors upstairs. We got a lot of stuff to indicate there was a fight there. You guys had a fight. That's okay. You can have a fight with somebody.
Yeah, everybody fight.
Sure. So who hit? So like, who put hands on who first? Did she get at you first? Did she come at you?
Yes.
Okay. What did she do to you? She hit you?
Galleta, una galleta. Ya, no sé más.
Okay, so she's saying, yeah, they fought, and then after the fight, she left, and she left her phone in the apartment. Okay, so she's saying that they were punching each other, hitting each other. I asked her, did anybody pick up anything? She said that Rooney hit her with a purse. She was swinging her purse, and it was very heavy. I said, well, did you pick up anything? She said, no, I didn't pick up anything. So actually, I said, what stopped the fight? She's like, she didn't remember. She was like, we just stopped. I was like, well, what happened? Did she go to her room? Where did she go?
Come on, man.
Did she leave right away? She said, no. She was like,
what are we doing?
Room, and then I said, well, where did she stay at? She was like, she stayed in the living room. She's like, I think she went to her room and maybe the bathroom. And then she left. And she left the phone in the house.
Early on, the lead detective told Isel that he knew she had a security camera in her apartment that day.
Oh. Wow.
Think about the cameras that you had in your apartment at the time that happened. Where did they go after that? You had cameras in the apartment.
Yeah.
And they weren't just in your bedroom. They were in the living room.
In my bedroom.
And you had one in the living room.
Oh. Wow. Okay. We didn't know that.
No, yeah, I sent to my sister.
So you have those cameras there, right? And you sent them to the DR?
Sí, my sister. Not my sister, to my mom.
Man, get her up out of here. Pack her up, man. God damn it. This bitch just keep lying. Like, what the fuck?
In the box.
Same box with the chainsaw?
¿De?
Same box with the chainsaw?
La misma caja con el cortador que compraste.
No, porque el otro era para allá, para la otra casa.
¿Qué otra casa?
Donde mi abuela vivía.
De tu tío. And she said, no, that was in a different box. So that was
to grandma's house?
Yeah, to the grandma's house.
Okay.
So she's trying to say that the cameras weren't working. And I'm asking, I said, the cameras are working very well. I said, because it recorded before and recorded after. I said, it even recorded the day you shipped the cameras out.
Yeah.
I said, you were on the couch on the 27th.
Yeah.
I said, so, A, why wouldn't you have told us about the cameras and you just shipped them out? I said, and...
Come on, man. I tucked down the cameras inside my house the day of, and I sent them to my sister. Why would you send them? Like, make it make sense. Nothing she's saying makes sense. I bought a chainsaw on Christmas morning so that I could cut trees. I got her phone in my purse because she gave it to me, although we was arguing, and she was mad at me. She gave me her phone.
Why is the day of the fight the only day missing on the cameras? And she's like, oh, she kept kind of say that the cameras weren't working right. I was like, no, they're working very good. It has a lot of recording on it.
I'll show her.
I said, but it doesn't have that day. She's like, well, it has a memory card, right? I was like, yeah, it does. I said, and it recorded before and after.
Right.
De cuando empezamos la investigación hasta ahora.
Truth doesn't change.
La verdad no cambia.
But when you tell things that aren't true, you have to remember what you said.
Pero cuando empieza a hablar mentira,
Let me
tienes
ask
que
you this
recordarte
question.
de la mentira.
Sure, you didn't tell us about the phone. what you told us when we sat and talked to you and you raised your hand and swore to tell the truth wasn't true. Okay? However, you also told one of the chefs from Made in Puerto Rico, in a text message, to call her phone. And that's a couple days after. So you knew you had her phone then. You knew you had her phone. See, the thing is, you knew you had her phone that night on Christmas Day because you answered it, remember? We already discussed this, didn't we? About 9 o'clock at night, when her mom called, you answered her phone. You remember telling us that?
Next, investigators confronted her with the blood residue and splatter patterns found all over the old apartment in Orlando.
Have you ever heard that blood doesn't go away? Like, no matter how much you clean it or what you, to the naked eye, it's going to, looks like it disappears, like, but it doesn't disappear. She's like, yeah, well, to the naked eye, yeah, it looks like it'll disappear. ¿Quién te ayudó a limpiar?
Nadie.
¿Tú limpiaste toda esa sangre sola?
Sí.
So I asked her who up to clean. She said, nobody. I said, so you cleaned all that blood by yourself? She said, yeah. So I said, oh, this is blood. I said, this was against the wall. So I said, you had to physically move that to clean that. She's like, oh, yeah, we were fighting everywhere. I was like, yeah, but I said, this is only what was...
Come on, man. This is really crazy to me right now. Like, what? Where's your lawyer? Like, at this point, woman, it's 2 years later. Get you a lawyer. You know, if they done came back with some shit. So at this point, I went the first time 2 years ago without no lawyer. This time, let me get a fucking lawyer because obviously they done built a case and they got some shit on me. And I don't have the right answers that's going to make me seem in the clear because everything I'm saying sounds crazy. Everything I'm saying makes absolutely no fucking sense.
Left after cleaning. As I said, do you don't think that's a lot of blood for somebody? That's a serious injury? She was like, yeah, serious cut.
You don't forget a fight like that.
Serious cut.
I was like, I said, all this blood is not something you forget about.
No.
I said, you said you weren't bleeding a lot. You said she wasn't bleeding a lot. I said, but all this blood, you're going to remember where that blood came from. I said, if you cleaned up all this blood, you're going to specifically remember that blood. I said, you want to forget. I was like, but you didn't forget. You know. We're fighting everywhere. I was like, yeah. Me and you can go blow for blow right now. I can give you the hardest punch in the world, and your blood's not going to fly up to the ceiling. I said, that's not a...
All right, is this nigga an officer or is he a goddamn translator? Why the fuck do we need the white boy for then, man? You go ahead and cook her, man. What is going on? What? God damn, close this shit already, man.
I'm a place for blood to go flying.
Hazme la prueba de cuál de las dos es. O sea,
ya sabemos de quién es la sangre.
Oh.
Es de Rooney.
Yeah.
After that, they asked her about the chainsaw and the internet searches that she did on December 25th and 26th.
I talked to her mother, where the boxes went to, and two of them.
2 years later, they asked about the chainsaw.
There's no chainsaws in that box. She's not allowed to send chainsaws in that box. We checked with the shipping company.
Tu hermana y dos tíos tuyos. Y hablamos con la compañía y no
porque yo no digo, no se dice que tú pones la caja.
Hey, y'all, it took 2 years to ask about the chainsaw. Common fucking sense. Where's the chainsaw at, motherfucker? It got sent to the box, like, sent to the box? Y'all should know that you can't send a chainsaw to the Dominican Republic from Miami, from Orlando. Why y'all don't know this?
Porque después te cobran impuestos.
What she said?
Because I told her, I said, the shipping company don't allow you shipping. She said, oh, you don't tell them what's in it because then they're charging.
No, see, but they open them all in customs down there. And
lo abren allá cuando llega.
We checked on that.
Sí, después te cobran.
Abren la caja.
Pero el generador tiene que estar allá.
No, tell her we checked on that. No. Remember? We talked to the lady. You were with me. Lady said they open all the boxes when they get to the DR for customs. Mm-hmm. Like, what was your fascination with what happens to the trash in the United States of America and trash in Orlando? Like, all of a sudden, out of nowhere. The same day they decided to be charitable to an uncle that you never even talked to and buy a chainsaw for.
Yo creo que fue en el trabajo que... No sé.
Come on, man.
She just said because maybe she looked it up from work.
Because why?
She maybe looked it up because of work.
What does that have to do with anything?
Ahí donde yo trabajaba, no sé.
At the end,
I looked up where to throw trash out in Orlando because of work. Come on, man. At this point, what are we doing? Come on. This is crazy. Miami, y'all might be Orlando, y'all the worst. I keep saying Miami. Orlando, y'all the worst, man. It take y'all 2 years to solve this? 2 years?
End of the interrogation, the investigators arrested Ezell and charged her with 1 count of second-degree murder, 1 count of tampering with evidence, and 1 count of grand theft. Ezell pleaded not guilty. As of mid-November 2025, she has yet to have her day in court, and unfortunately, authorities have never found Rooney's remains. We will.
Yeah. Rest in peace to Rooney. Rest in peace to Rooney. I tell you what, Rooney is long gone. I'm going to let you know now. This woman had a chainsaw. All the signs was there of what happened and what she was doing with the body. She cut that motherfucker up, put it in trash bags, just put all the pieces together of what she purchased. And then she found somewhere to throw the trash. So whatever landfill popped up when she searched, that's probably your answer right there. That's where it went. She took it there. She probably figured out what time, what day is the best time, and she took it there, boom, and it's gone. And y'all took 2 years to get on your job and figure it out. So, you know, that's a fail on your end, man. Anybody watching this right now could have solved that shit in 48 hours, man. It's kind of like that David case, but still don't know what's going on with that. That's what this case reminds me of right here. The David case. It's like all the signs are right there. But, hey, man, it be like that sometimes. Let me know what y'all think, man. What do y'all think about the police? What do y'all think about her and her lies? She didn't even use a lawyer not one time. She didn't even have to. And they still, like, it doesn't make sense. Let me know what y'all think, though, man. I'll give y'all 2 seconds to smash the like. And as always, get ready for the next reaction.